I used to think silence was peaceful. Turns out it's often just controlled. A way to drown out truth beneath flickering screens, artificial light, and slogans that chant obedience. In my city, Sector 9, peace isn't the absence of war. It's the absence of noise that matters. But not the good kind. I walk these cracked streets every day. Hoodie pulled low. Lo-fi gospel humming in my earbuds. It's not rebellion. It's ritual. Something ancient is hiding beneath the static, and it's been calling my name. Quietly. I didn't know it yet, but my whole life was building to a moment that would split everything apart. That moment came when I skipped math class. I was already halfway tuned out, dodging another lecture from Mr. Wexler, the drone instructor who talks about emotional detachment like it's a spiritual discipline. His eyes used to blink human, but now it's all blue lens surveillance. He preaches compliance while handing out detentions like candy. I wasn't in the mood, so I ran. Sector 9 is the forgotten part of the city, a graveyard for memory. Between holographic ads and neon sky static, I ducked into an alley. At the end of it stood a building that looked like it had given up on redemption. An old chapel. The door creaked louder than I expected. Inside, it was dust and shadows. Pew benches broken. Stained glass shattered. The altar? Just stone and silence. I should have left. Should have recorded it for irony. But I felt pulled in deeper. And then I saw it. A book, tucked beneath the altar like it was hiding. Frayed leather, pages yellowing, but still intact. The title read Romans. I chuckled under my breath, half reverence, half sarcasm. Religion wasn't really my thing, but curiosity, that's a different story. I opened it and read a verse at random. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. That line, it hit me like a spiritual thunderclap inside my chest. I whispered it aloud, and the sky responded. Above the shattered roof, a light broke through, pure gold and shimmering, like liquid glass. A figure descended. Wings trailed behind him. My mind went full sci-fi meltdown. Was it a prank? A hallucination? Did the sushi I ate last night finally betray me? The figure hovered over the altar. His eyes were glowing but kind, calm. He spoke without moving his lips. My name is Azariel. His voice didn't hit my ears. It hit my thoughts. Azariel wasn't an angel of religion. He was one of revelation. He explained that I hadn't been chosen for my righteousness or strength. I was chosen because I kept asking questions when everyone else gave up. I thought doubt made me weak. Turns out it was the key. Azariel handed me a scroll wrapped in glowing thread. I touched it and it pulsed. Not like technology, but like heartbeat. The word was alive, living, breathing. It wasn't just history. It was identity. I stared at him. You sure you've got the right guy? Azariel smiled. Holiness isn't earned, Kai. It's gifted. Not because of who you are, but because of who you're willing to become. I didn't have words, but the null did. Somewhere else in the city, sensors lit up. A cult cloaked in digital shadows detected spiritual distortion. Their leader, Echo, knew truth was awakening again. And that meant his lies were vulnerable. Echo doesn't fear violence. He fears voices. Voices like mine. He dispatched an agent named Vex. Shadowy, cold, capable of twisting light into illusions and drowning emotion beneath silence. His mask reflects people's faces back at them, as if to say, "You're the enemy." I didn't know any of this yet. Azariel guided me through the city, scroll tucked under my arm, heartbeat echoing in my ribs. He said I wasn't alone. There were others who had awakened, others carrying truth into the forgotten corners. He introduced me to them. First was Lena, snarky, brilliant, eyes like wildfire. She carried grace like a weapon, soft on the outside, devastating within. Her sarcasm clashed with my anxiety almost immediately. "You're the new scroll boy?" she asked. Taro was quieter, reserved, intense. His power was terrifying. He could see lies wrapped around people like fog. He didn't say much, but you could feel him evaluating every sentence you spoke. Mika. Mika was loud, unapologetic. She carried a frying pan with scripture etched into the base. I didn't ask why. Nobody did. She shouted phrases like, "Justice," before drop-kicking drones. Her passion was magnetic, even if her methods were chaotic. We didn't click. At least not at first. They didn't trust me. I didn't blame them. I wasn't holy. I didn't belong. But Azariel said otherwise. He gave us a name. Not heroes. Not prophets. Remnant. We were the ones left behind. Chosen not because we're perfect, but because we were willing. A fractured squad called to carry the word into a world silenced by confusion. Training began, if you can call it training. I tripped over scripture mid-battle, summoned a dove that dive-bombed a vending machine, accidentally turned a drone speaker into a worship playlist. It was rough, funny, humbling. Lena sighed and looked away. Mika made fun of me. Taro watched silently. Still, I learned. Each verse had power. Not because it rhymed or sounded deep, but because faith activated it. Scripture wasn't a quote. It was a sword. The scroll pulsed with urgency. The city was changing fast. Echo's cult, the null, started erasing memories from civilians. Whole histories rewritten. Slogans amplified. Emotion is error. Belief is illusion. The network was flooding with lies. And Vex arrived. One rainy evening, near the cyber market, I felt silence. Heavy. Spiritual. Vex stepped out from the mist. His mask shimmered with my own face. He didn't speak, just twisted light around my mind, bent reality like wire. My thoughts felt scrambled. Doubt clawed at me, but I remembered Azariel's words. The broken know the power of healing best. I clutched the scroll. It burned, not painfully, but truthfully. I whispered, "If God is for me, who can be against me?" Light poured not like lightning, but like clarity. Vex stumbled. The illusions shattered. He vanished into fog, leaving behind fractured pixels and broken silence. I stood there, rain falling, scroll pulsing, breathing. Azariel appeared once more, his eyes proud but quiet. Lena tossed me a donut. "You didn't die like a rookie," she said. Taro handed me a silver-etched verse. John 1 verse 5. "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." We weren't united, not fully. We were still learning, still growing, but we were chosen, and we were moving. At the rooftop's edge, I looked out over Sector 9. The chaos didn't seem quieter, but I felt stronger, not holier, not righteous, just ready. Ready to carry something that mattered. As the scroll hummed beneath my fingers, I read aloud, "Even here, there is hope."